Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on Saturday, February 15th, 2020. Wanted to do a video and call it Note to Democrats. Tulsi Gabbard is your best choice for electable candidate. And this, I'm going to put an asterisk by it because Tulsi Gabbard is the best electable candidate. And the only one is red, white, and blue. You see, Mr. Bloomberg is already distancing himself and saying, I apologize for red line and stop and frisk. He forgot to apologize for, we're going to not have no 16-ounce Slurpees in the city of New York. Remember that one, you Slurpee drinkers? And I bet you a lot of you are Democrats. You couldn't have the big 16-ounce Slurpees in New York. Remember that? Well, if you're trying to apologize for stuff that you do, what you do is you own it. You don't apologize for it. Yes, it was the best thing at the time. Because history, times change. And if you don't change with the times, you're in trouble. Therefore, you had people like Jesse Helms and Strom Thurmond, two very very segregationist and racist, who spent a lot of time in Senate. How about President LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson? He was the same way. But here's the problem with the Democrats and the DNC. They're in trouble. They wanted Biden all the way here. Now he's in trouble. And they're going to be stuck with the likes of Colonel Sanders and Buttigieg, if he's got traction, which I think he does have some traction. Not enough to win the nomination, but enough to really mess it up, along with Amy Klobuchar. And when you go into your convention in Milwaukee, you're not going to have a true guy there. So what are you going to do? Remember, if you pick Sanders, you got to remember Tippy Canoe and Tyler too, and old Ref and Reddy and Millard Fillmore. Remember how the disastrous that turned out to be? How about James Garfield and Chester A. Arthur? Remember that? That was bad too, wasn't it? Or how about William McKinley and a certain Theodore Roosevelt? Oh, you wanted to put those guys in nowhere where they could be touched, right? And they turned out bad. Even Theodore Roosevelt. Oh boy, did he turn out bad. Even though in history you Republicans consider him, oh yeah, number one there. But look at all the stuff that he did. He did worse stuff than Trump does today. He violated the Constitution left and right. And yet, he never got impeached for it. You see what I mean? Also, Democrats, you had LBJ and Kennedy. Now, that was a good thing. Kennedy didn't want Johnson, but he took him because they had to put him in a special place where he didn't do any damage, so they said. So for 3 years, from 1961 to 63, poor Mr. Johnson was all over the place, except Washington. He was so distraught he wanted to quit. And then they killed President Kennedy. Then you had Mr. Johnson there. And here you go. A very staunch Texan, Democrat, racist as heck. And what did he do? Sure, he gets marred with Vietnam, but look at what he did. Medicare and the Voting Rights Act that he twisted a lot of arms to get through. You African Americans wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And talking to Martin Luther King. I mean, him and King were side by side on this, whether you like it or not, African Americans. You had a high racist guy, LBJ, in there. So see, LBJ is the type of guy that Tulsi Gabbard is. She has no question marks right now. But I bet you in her life she did some stuff that she doesn't appreciate today. But you're not supposed to harp on the old stuff there. You're supposed to do and say that was then, this is now. And that's what Bloomberg is not doing. He's trying to mea culpa himself out of those messes. If you start mea culpa, you're not electable. So you see what I mean, Americans? This is your favorite alien and Bubba saying, Tulsi Gabbard's the best bet for the Democrats to defeat Trump. Good day.